It's Friday Night Football. Your first and goal coverage with Joel Villanueva is supported by Safeguard Insurance.
Hey, welcome back. Playoff spots up for grabs. That's a story for the final week of the Valley's football regular season. We start in District 36A, where 2 of the 4 playoff spots are locked up. PSJA and PSJA North both in. Meanwhile, Mission, La Jolla, McAllen Memorial, and Rowe all battling for the final 2 playoff spots. And as luck would have it, all 4 teams facing each other tonight. The Eagles and Coyotes in Mission, and in our game of the week, the Mustangs and Warriors out in McAllen. Warriors have not beat the Mustangs since 2010. Could they snap the streak with a win? The Mustangs would get in the playoffs. As for Rowe, they would need a win and some help to get in. The punt here high up in the air. Warriors muff the catch, and the Mustangs fall on it. Good news for them. Short field to work with, and Campbell Spate saying, "Try taking me down." Spates on fire, touchdown for the Ponies. Second quarter, here comes Rowe now. Lalo Bosques right up the gut, fights his way in. Then last play of the first half, Ruben Salinas making the great catch in the end zone. Warriors had a 14-7 halftime lead, but the Spates machine was churning. He's got 2 more touchdowns, and that would be the difference. Mustangs are in the playoffs for a 9th straight year. Donna's Redskins coming out of the teepee. Redskins trying to make the postseason. They were hosting PSJA Memorial. Wolverines already out of playoff contention, but they had won 3 of their last 4. And in the rain, everyone trying to hold on to the pigskin. First play for the Wolverines is a fumble, and up in the stands are first and goal gridiron hero, Jose Sandoval. There he is, rain or shine. He's out there wearing a T-shirt tonight. That's a fan. Very next play, Joaquin Sanchez finds some room to run. He's diving for the pylon. Ref says, hey, was he in? Yep, he was in. Touchdown for the Mean Green. Later, Donna blocking a Memorial field goal, and just everything going right for the Wolverines. The blocked field goal bounces into the hands of the kicker. And tonight, it is PS Memorial over Donna 17-14, so the Redskins will have to sweat out their playoffs based on tomorrow's game between Pace and Rio Grande City. Next game up, Los Fresnos and San Benito. Falcons trying to punt here, but the Greyhounds block it. Where's the football? It's back in the end zone. Justin Torres recovers. Later in the first quarter, the Greyhounds off and running. Their quarterback, Jacob Cavazos, has made many plays this season. Here's another one. Big run down the sideline, and this guy is electrifying. Hounds are in the playoffs. Falcons won't be. Final score, 35-8, San Benito. Not just playoff spots up for grabs, also district titles. In 31-6A, Vela had already locked up a share of the title, but tonight's outcome between Vela and Weslaco East could mean 2 trophies for 2 other teams. Here with the details of Channel 5's Ruben Juarez, who was live in Edinburgh where the Wildcats and Sabercats squared up tonight. Ruben, how's it going out there?
Hey Joel, that's right. Weslaco and Weslaco East both needing wins tonight to get a share of that district title. Easier said than done for Weslaco East. They're going up against the Vela tonight, without a doubt, the toughest team in the Valley. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video. Vela entering tonight's contest with a perfect 9-0 record, looking for their 2nd straight undefeated regular season, their 3rd in the last 4 years. Let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights. We'll pick things up in the second quarter. Vela on the move. AJ Sotelo looking to go deep. He launches it to the end zone, right into the hands of Asiel Garcia, who makes a catch. The Cats are rocking and rolling. Vela converts the PAT. Sabercats go up 7-0 later on. Vela with the ball once again. Sotelo throwing it to the near sideline, but Hector Muñiz breaks up the pass for East. Both defenses playing great tonight. Vela would take a 7-0 lead at the half, and they go on to win 21-0. Sophomore quarterback AJ Sotelo with 3 touchdowns on the night, 2 over the air and 1 on the ground. So Vela caps off its undefeated regular season. Sabercats are steaming right along into playoffs. That's a story from here in Edinburgh. Joel, let's send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Ruben. The Sharyland Pioneer Diamondbacks in the postseason. The Edcouch Elsa Yellow Jackets not in the postseason. The 2 teams scoring off with the Black Hole tonight. Jackets trying to pick up one last win. The D-Packs trying to get some momentum before the postseason. And look at that rain coming down. Jackets came out buzzing. The running back, Jay Cardenas, shot out of a cannon here right up the middle. Great run, knocking off defenders, and he will go the distance. Touchdown for the Jackets and raise the big helmet. On the other end, the D-backs going to work. Jacob Rosales zips it to Diego Perez. And the final score, 30-28. The D-backs with a narrow win over La Máquina. In District 16, 5A Division I, we know Mission Vets is in the playoffs. Aside from that, the 3 other playoff spots still up in the air. And one of those key matches, a district showdown between Brownsville Veterans and Palmview. Channel 5's Trayson Bragg is live in La Jolla, where the stakes were high for each team. Trayson, take it away.
Hey Joel, if anybody was wondering why tonight's game was important, it's simple. The winner of tonight's game would be guaranteed a playoff spot moving forward to next week. The loser, well, there's a chance they could be at home watching the highlights next Friday instead of making them on the field. So as always, let's get straight to the action. It was cold, windy, and rainy here tonight, but that didn't stop the Lobos' rushing attack. Look at their running back, Adrian Vasquez, take the handoff and power through 3 Charger defenders on his way to a 35-yard gain. That would leave the little Lovita cheerleaders excited, but still cold. Poor babies. Now, later in that drive, another Lobos running back, Carlos Peña, would follow his blocking straight into the end zone to give his team the lead. But they weren't done yet. Later in the quarter, a third running back, Mario Chapa, takes the handoff and rumble, big man, rumble all the way into the end zone for a 41-yard gain to extend their lead to 14-0. But the Chargers would get rolling near the end of the half. Their running back, Guadalupe Morgan, fights his way into the end zone on this play, or sorry, not the end zone, to the 1-yard line. But on the next play, he finished up his homework and got into the end zone to get his team on the scoreboard. At halftime, they went in 14-7. Palmview's lead in the second half. That Lobos rushing attack kept moving and moving a lot as they win by a score of 28-10. But because of the score, both teams make it into the playoffs, Joel, so we'll get to see them next week. In La Jolla, Trayson Bragg, Channel 5 Sports.
Thank you, T. Here come the Lyford Bulldogs. Their story, win, and they're in. Bulldogs coming out and playing some inspired football. If they could knock off Bishop, they would be in the playoffs. Right off the bat, look at that. The quarterback, Caleb Klosterman, off to the races and brought out the hot chocolate. They had plenty of that tonight. The stadiums all across South Texas. Look at this guy now. Joaquin Sanchez says, give me the rock, I'll roll. Lyford all over Bishop tonight. The final score in this one, 35-3. There were also games tonight where both teams were already out of playoff contention, but there is something to be said about finishing the season with a win. That was the case in Farr, where PSJA Southwest and Brownsville Porter knocked helmets for one last time this season. Channel 5's Erica Ross joins us with a live update. What's up, Erica?
Hey Joel, a wet, windy, and cold one over here at PSJA Southwest as the Javelinas welcome Porter. PSJA Southwest coming into this matchup off of a loss last week to Rio Grande City by just 3 points. But different story for the Cowboys. They're coming into this matchup also off of a loss, but they've also lost their last 9 of 10 contests. Setback, comeback for both teams tonight is the name of the game. We take the highlights in the first quarter, so first quarter action. Porter ball, Garcia, airy one out to Sandoval, and is he in? No, the refs said that it was no good. The Cowboys were not able to capitalize off of the next drive, so we have a scoreless game. Cowboys with the punt, and it's blocked by Javelina's defender, and they're scrambling all over the field until Torres is taken down with minutes left into the end of the first quarter. PSJA Southwest possession. Acosta fighting his way into the end zone, getting the first TD of the night, which would get the team going for the W, 46-7. First week of playoffs beginning next week. Keep it right here on Channel 5 for all playoff updates and action, and we'll let you know which teams are matched up with who. That's a wrap here, Joelle, from the stadium. I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Erica. La Villa's Cardinals already playoff bound, so tonight's game against Fremont more like a tuna before the postseason. That is the quarterback Ray Felix, who fights his way in, and La Villa getting after the Cowboys from the start. Next time down, Christian Ortiz on the carry here, and watch the little guy scamper up the field. Great night for La Villa, and the Cardinals with a win, 35-6. Let's keep it going now with all the scores of tonight's contest. Over in Mission, a big win for the Eagles, and look at that. They knock off La Jolla 21-14. Mission is in the playoffs. Weslaco also win. They knock off Edinburgh North 57-6. Harlingen in the postseason, they knock off Vela 38-7. Hanna clinches their outright district championship with a win over Harlingen South 30-7. Valley View with their first ever playoff trip after tonight's win. Congrats to the Tigers. And Mercedes knocks off Roma 28-18. Mercedes in the playoffs. Kingsville downs Hidalgo. Zapata over Gruya. Also tonight, Monte Alto leading Banquetti. Freer 1 point better than Santa Maria. And St. Joseph's Falls to San Antonio Holy Cross.